you beautiful people. Today we are going to be putting some TikTok makeup hacks to the test. Welcome back to Vlogust, where I'm uploading a brand new video every single day in August. Today, like I said, we're going to be putting some TikTok makeup artist tips to the test. And the first one that we're going to do is concealer. If you are new here though, I am Luce Stephenson, but you can call me Luce because we're all friends here. If you are new, don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up because it really helps out my channel. And please go enter my huge giveaway linked down below. Can you hear that ice cream van? That is so loud. Let's just get straight into the hacks. So I've got my slightly bit too light base on at the moment. This is a Foundation Friday that I'm filming for the Glow foundation from the XX Revolution range. It's already up on my channel, so I will leave it linked down below if you do want to go check it out. But the first hack is going to be teaching us where to put our concealer. So let's watch it.
You're doing your concealer completely wrong. I'm sure you've seen people do this all over social media and it's completely incorrect. It does nothing for your face and it highlights in all the wrong spots. Try doing this instead. Do this shape instead. Doing it like this is actually going to lift your eye and highlight the parts of your face that need to be highlighted, not this, whatever that is. Let me blend it out and show you what I mean. Okay, it's all blended out, and as you can see, this side here, the eye is much more lifted and the face just is more proportionate, whereas this side, you're real heavy on the cheek, like right here, the highlight's there, which that's where your eye goes to. This is very smooth and in one direction. Try this next time you do it.
So for my concealer, I'm going to be going in with the Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer. I absolutely love this one. I absolutely love this concealer. This is in the shade Z0.05. I did say that wrong, so for some reason that came into an accent, but it's C0.05. So obviously he said to avoid doing like the triangle shape and to instead focus it on the inner part of the eye, bringing it down the nose, like so, and then to have this little bit here. This bit here is the bit that I found has done the most difference to my kind of concealer. So I'm just going to match up the other side. So the next hack is also a concealer one, so I'm not going to blend this out, and this next one will explain why.
You guys wanted to see my concealer trick in action, so let's go. So first things first, my face is clean, moisturized and primed, and there is nothing on. So first step is foundation. So you just want to put your foundation on as per usual. I'm doing it how I would a client. So a light layer, because let's be real, you don't need a lot. Okay, so now you want your hydrated concealer. I'm using the Born This Way Sculpting Concealer from Too Faced. Don't support the brand if Jared Blandino's still there. Don't like him. Okay, so now you go in with your concealer. You don't need a lot. And you're going to put it everywhere you would normally. After doing this, you want to wait at least 5 minutes. So I'm going to make myself a tea. Okay, I got sidetracked. It's been about 20 minutes, but as you can see, the concealer has basically dried. So now what you want to do is blend it with a damp beauty sponge and just look at the results. And once you're all done, this is what it looks like. Smooth, creaseless, and flawless.
So as you can tell, he said to leave that concealer to sit on the skin. I was doing this for a short period of time and then just completely forgot about it, and most of the time I'm in a rush or I'm wanting to just get cracking and film and stuff when I'm putting my makeup on, so I don't wait. So now I'm gonna wait. So it is 37 minutes past. I'm gonna go down and make myself a cup of tea, and I shall see you in about 5 minutes. So it's now 3:51, so it has been, oh god, maths, Lucy, 14 minutes, is that right? Yeah, 14 minutes that I've had this on. I don't know how it's going to work because this concealer does set quite quickly anyway, so I'm a little bit scared, but I'm just, again, taking it. Oh my god, it's not blending out. I'm just taking a sponge to blend this out. I feel like I'm having to press a little bit harder to blend it out, although I could probably have done with dampening this beauty sponge a little bit more, to be honest with you, because it's from yesterday that I wet it, so I think that probably would have helped. But that has definitely given more coverage. think I might prefer for this concealer in particular not to leave it to dry, just because it is already quite a matte and quick setting concealer to begin with. So I feel like I'm having to drag my eye area a little bit to blend it out, and I don't really like that. So I think in future, do you know what? This actually works really well. When I was doing it before, I was doing it with concealers that didn't give me as much coverage, whereas I feel like this one gives you really, really good coverage. But I found it worked really well with the Benefit Boying concealer, the new one that they brought out. And with this, so for instance, I would normally do that little weird shape. I probably wouldn't drag it all the way down my nose, but I do that little weird shape. And then when it was wet, I'd kind of tap it all in and I'd drag it round. So it still had a little bit of coverage here, whereas now it looks like I've got loads of coverage in the middle, not very much coverage here, and then obviously the kind of definition on the outer bit. So I think for this concealer in particular, you definitely need to just do it the normal way, because it just looks a little bit cakey, and just, yeah, not as, it does look full coverage, but it's just not as flawless as what I would like. I feel like it's more noticeable on the under eyes and it looks a lot more drier, but again, it could just be this concealer, because when I used to do it with my Benefit one, it used to work beautifully. Anyways, so next one. So I'm going to set my face, because the other two techniques that we have is a brow technique and a blush technique. So I'm going to do the rest of my kind of face. So I've put my bronzer on, I've set everything in place. Hopefully I've got a bit more colour to my face now. But we're going to go in with how to do the perfect brow highlight. We'll just move to one side. Let's watch this video.
This one's for my highlighter junkies. So I'm sure highlight is probably the last step you guys do. I want you to change that up. I want you to do brows last, and here's why. So pretend we have full eyeshadow on, full face, everything like that, except for highlighter and brows. I want you to do your highlighter first, specifically in this area, and let me show you. Take your highlighter on your brush and go right through your brow, on your brow bone, above and underneath, just like this. After you're glowing in this area, now do your brows. And then this is what it looks like once your brow's done. As you can see, it's this perfect highlight all around your brow because you did it through it and then just went on top. Give it a go.
So that is what we are going to be trying. So for this, we're going to have to use my Doll Baby highlighter, because I just love it so much. This is Doll Light in the shade Like a Diamond. And of course, I'm going to be using my very trusty highlighter brush. I couldn't spit the word out then. This is the Morphe M501. So it doesn't matter that we're going to do like our blusher and stuff afterwards, because it makes no difference, because obviously that's got nothing to do with our brows. So I'm going to just put some highlighter on the brush, and he's literally said to just literally brush it through the brows. And I think for somebody like me who is like way too lazy, like sometimes I do carve out my brows, especially when I'm going to do like an eyeshadow look, but on a day-to-day basis, like I can't bother carving out my brows and stuff. And this is just going to be so much easier. It looks crazy already. So I brushed it all through. For my brows, I'm literally going to put in a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Brow Gel. I'm not going to lie, I'm obsessed with it. I have been using the medium brown shade. I feel like Anastasia Beverly Hills is the only brow brand that do brows that actually have really dark brow products, because I feel like a lot of the time it's hard to get a brow product that's dark, or even just a medium brow product that's also cool toned. Normally you have to go like super dark, or even for the black shade for it to be cool toned. The rest are normally really warm. But I feel like Anastasia Beverly Hills just have the best range, like colour range, when it comes to brow products, because their black shade, which would be the normal one that I would go for like in the NYX one, or I'd go for the darkest one when it comes to like Gimme Brow by Benefit, that's like way too dark for me, the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. So that just shows that they actually do, when they mean ebony, they mean ebony. So as you can tell, all I literally do for that is brush it through, and that's my brows done. That actually looks so nice. I feel like I maybe put the highlight a little bit too high above my brow, but I feel like it will make the brow kind of pop that little bit more, definitely. So the last technique is the best way to apply blusher. So I feel like with blusher, sometimes I can hit the spot, sometimes I can't. So we're gonna see what a MUA suggests.
So you don't know how to put on blush? Let me show you. Even better, I'll show you 2 different ways. First step, get your favorite blush. Then I highly recommend a brush like this. It's really, really sparse with the tears and it's really fluffy. I'm sure you've seen a lot of people like smile to do that. The issue with doing that and then putting it on right there is that your cheek drops, so it's gonna be too low. Do this instead. Get your brush, put it about here, so like this part here, and sweep upwards, like that, and then go up. For a more youthful appearance, you're gonna do the same thing, bring it a little higher, tip of the nose, a little bit on the nose bridge, and a little bit around the forehead. And there you go, 2 different ways of doing blush.
So, like you said, he did 2 different ways. I'm just going to do the normal one, not the one where you put it around the forehead or the nose, because my nose just doesn't like product to sit to it to begin with. So even when I've set something in place, it'll still move about. So yeah, I'm not going to bother trying to put it in my nose, but that in itself, doing that flick instead of going the other way, it feels so weird to like flick your hand that way. So the brush that I have that is probably the more similar to one that he's using. This is the Kit Stars S3 blush brush, and for blush, now I've blew away the excess, I'm going to go in with my Primark one. This is the shade Drama. It only costs £1.50, and he said if you smile like this, then it'll drop. So you have to start it with your face just normal. And oh my god, that feels so weird. I'm brushing it this way and work your way back. That feels like I'm going to flick my eyeball. Oh my god, it worked. So I've found recently when I've been applying, because I would normally go like this, yeah, I went straight back to that technique then. I found that when I apply blusher, I always seem to get like you can see there's like a gap, like there's a noticeable kind of stripe between where my blusher ends and then just my normal skin before like my eye and stuff. And I don't know what that was. I've even tried like blending up really higher to see if that will help. So maybe this technique is what I've been needing, because that stripe isn't there. This one I would definitely recommend trying because I actually really like it. So I've applied a little bit more than what I normally would, just because I'm not used to this technique, and just so you can actually see what it looks like. But I'm actually really impressed by it. I'm not impressed by this foundation that I'm testing out though, that's for sure. So that is all of my TikTok hacks tried. Out of all of them, the one that I would recommend trying is the shape of the concealer. I wouldn't bring it as far down. Whenever I look back in the video, he didn't bring it as far down, so just ignore me doing that. And I would just kind of focus it like I do it now, just in this little cornery bit, and then on the outer bit, and then I blend it straight away. And when I blend it straight away, then it means that I can kind of swoop it round to fill in this little gap and swoop it back as well. If you are using a normal concealer, just like the Benefit Boying one, then do try the drying technique, because I do find it helps, especially for the Benefit one. But if you are wearing one like that, it is quite a full coverage one, and it is something that dries down itself, like the Infinite one, or even just the original Conceal and Define by Makeup Revolution. I wouldn't try that technique at all, as it has gone really, really, really drying underneath my eyes and really cakey. I actually put on a full layer of how I would normally do it, and it helped it so much. But obviously now I have like 2 layers of concealer underneath my eyes, and it just looks thick and cakey. And also, when you've got like a drying one and you try the technique where you let it dry for a little bit, the kind of downside to it as well is I have a lot of creases underneath my eyes, so if I leave that to dry, it dries in the creases, and that makes it so hard to blend out. So do bear that in mind if you are quite prone to little creases and wrinkles. Like there's some in there that I haven't been able to blend out, and obviously when I put the concealer on top, like I've had no other choice. I've had to just roll with it. The blusher technique I would definitely try. I would try the highlighter one, but maybe don't bring it high up on the brow like what I have. Maybe just focus it more so on the bottom, so then it does highlight under here. I think I got a little bit excited with that one. The blusher one, really impressed with that one. I feel like it's really lifted my face up. I don't have that weird streak that I was having before. And I think it looks really cute. Really cute. And it doesn't like make my face, like I never realised my face dropped. But I realise it now. Oh, there's definitely, there we go. There was a little bugger in there. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I am uploading a brand new video every single day in August. So I'll hopefully see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock UK time. Don't forget to enter my huge giveaway. I love you so much and I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye guys.